Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. Welcome to day 5 of what's been labeled Collargate, where today we're going to be seeing some more updates and responses from Hasan Piker, who is making this situation continue to drag on because he keeps talking about it and keeps saying things that people are challenging. And we're also seeing some other resurfaced clips that make him look pretty sus once again. And we're going to end with some drama where some content creators are feeling a pressure to speak about this situation, and that's not going well. So let's get right into it. A very quick summary of what's happened so far. So about 5 or 6 days ago, Hasan has a clip go viral of him where he very seemingly used a shock collar on his dog Kaya for literally taking one step out of her mats. And of course, there has been a tsunami of clips showing similar behavior that he's done with different dogs over the years that suggest he owns and has used and continues to use shock collars on his dogs. And of course, he would come out with many responses, but the first one being a really bad one because he came out the next day and showed the supposed collar, and that had what appeared to be fresh electrical tape wrapped around it. And also it seems like the prongs were removed. It just didn't really look that good. And now we're seeing even more clips that make it very clear that he was tying his dog to its bed so it would learn to sit there for hours on end. And that's really what, if you look at any Hasan stream, now I've never watched a Hasan stream start to finish. That is like torture. That is like a war crime level of a punishment, but it is true. Kai is sitting in the same spot nearly the entirety of his streams, which are typically like 8 to 10 hours. That's not normal for a dog to be doing, but there's just been a lot of memes and a lot of discussion coming out of this. I mean, it's funny to see stuff like this, but it's not really a funny situation where a dog is being punished for simply taking a step out of its bed. And now today we have another response from Hasan Piker, and and today we have another response from Hasan Piker, once again making things worse. And knowing even a little bit about this guy and how he handles controversy and criticism, his response here is not surprising, where he essentially dismisses all the complaints about him because it's made only by crazy people and mentally ill people.
Guys that don't even know Kaya's name coming in here saying abuser. I know. Can we just move on, please? Because the memes were funny in the first couple of days, but now the only people that still are like actively pushing it are people who are genuinely mentally ill, in the way that like anytime my arm moves around or like I unlock the gate or some shit, like I do have a button on my desk for the gate, right? And I unlock the gate, and obviously if you have a dog, you know this already, when they hear that the gate is unlocked, they perk up. They're like, oh my God, he shocked her again. You know, it's just, they are weird stalkers that are demonstrating their mental illness. And I think it's just, you know, it is what it is. Bro, they are narrating your dog absolutely schizos. Yeah, it's cop brain. This is going to be a post on its own again. I know. Anytime I bring anything up, anytime I even address this, like people go nutty over it. So
yeah, like I said, if you've been following this guy at all and seen how he's responded to things and controversies like this in the past, his response, this is the go-to. I could have predicted this on day one. At some point, he was going to do this. He was going to dismiss all of his critics as crazy and mentally ill and stalkers and what have you. This is a very predictable response from him. But there was also another situation that was very interesting. This happened yesterday. There was a post here that contains a statement from Sweet and Sour. It's a podcast that is run by Pokimane and Lily Pichu, and they were supposed to have an episode release where Hasan is the guest. A nightmare blunt rotation of a lineup there. But this is something people looked at where they're saying they didn't feel right uploading tomorrow's episode at this moment, clearly referring to Hasan and what's going on with him, the controversy he's facing. And some people said, hey, they're just doing this until the controversy blows over and then they're going to release the episode. But you know what? I was a little more positive. I saw this and I was like, man, is this an uncommon Pokimane W? Did she take a stand for something that is challenging and might call out one of her friends? No, that wasn't the truth, turns out. Pokimane would quote that post we just mentioned, and she would say, the episode was supposed to air as usual, but staff refused to upload it out of fear it'd cause drama, and also posted the statement without my approval. Sorry guys, we'll talk about everything on this week's episode and go on a hiatus after to restructure. Now this is terrible. So basically what she's saying is, it's the staff's fault. It's the people working for me. They did this, they went rogue, they made this statement, and I don't agree with it. And we're going to be restructuring and going on a hiatus afterwards. She's literally throwing them under the bus. Now, I think it's fair to say they probably should have contacted her about doing this before they posted it. But, like, you disagree with this decision? It's a very odd time to release this episode with Hasan. Like, I understand why these people wouldn't want to release it. And also, maybe they don't feel comfortable. It's not just about Pokimane. I mean, if this is her staff, maybe they don't feel comfortable. And they seem to have expressed that they're not comfortable releasing it at this time because it's going to cause a bunch of drama and stress probably for them as well as her staff. This was a colossal L. I mean, her staff quite literally put the ball on the tee and basically lined it up for her to knock it out of the park. And instead, she swung on and missed. And she looks pretty bad as a result of this. But also the other day we talked about Valkyrie, who was trying to pseudo-defend Hasan Piker while saying on the one hand, the clip looks really bad, but also she would go on to say stuff like, but people are caring so much about this during a literal genocide. She really pulled that card out, but now she has made another response because apparently she was contacted by Asmongold in a positive way. He was trying to help her out because it seems like she was missing a lot of context. And of course, the way people are with Asmongold, her own audience seemed a little bit mad at her for even contacting or being contacted by Asmongold. And then she made this apology. It's like an apology tour over here.
At the end of the day, it is my fault for not being aware enough. And I apologize to my community. It was probably so hurtful and so jarring. I'm under a rock, and that's my fault. So I think everyone, including myself, should be more aware of, what's going on in the world and what people are saying. I just it is my fault at the end of the day. That is my fault. Literally no one's fault but my own. I'm not aware enough, and that's on me. Ray, you're a good role model still at this point. I don't think so. I don't think I am. I think I have a good job of recognizing when I do mess up and accepting that and being okay with it. But and it's all good. It's all like I hear you guys. I see you guys. You're right. You're so right. And it is 100,000% my fault for not being aware enough, and I need to be more proactive in being aware of people and what's going on.
Yeah, this is what being audience captured looks like, where if you step out of line at all with your audience, they're gonna hound you. And you can see she's saying sorry and sorry and sorry and sorry, it's my fault, blah, 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 blah. Like, we get it, but it's weird that she has to apologize for Asmongold simply DMing her. It just seems like a very unfortunate situation, but I'm not too surprised because within these sorts of circles, they have a very negative view of Asmongold, so I'm not too surprised that this would happen, but there was some more stuff going on where Asmongold would talk about this and say, how are these Hasan orbiters and alike, how are they going to defend some of these clips? How are they going to do it?
I wonder how a lot of like these like weird orbiters that keep defending Hasan no matter what. I wonder how they're gonna spend 3 clips that like I mean at this point there's 3 of them where the same thing happens. Like is it just 3 big coincidences? Because the first time that it happened, I was like, oh well, you know, who the fuck knows, right? It doesn't like what am I supposed to know? But man. 3 times downplaying would be a better choice than doubling down for him. I think that he's probably just gonna say that people are being obsessed. Like if I know Hasan, he's gonna say that people are just being obsessed and they won't let it go and they're being weirdos and he's gonna play the whole thing off. That's what I think he's going to do. Now I could be wrong. But that's what I think is going to happen. And so, yeah. And yeah, it's like, oh, people are obsessed with me. It's just Dan and like, you know, Stalker Dan and Sex Pestiny and, you know, all this other stuff. It's like, you know, oh, they're just trying to shut this down or whatever.
And also notice how he predicted Hasan's eventual response where he dismisses everyone as obsessed and weird. But that's not too surprising, but this whole thing's gotten pretty far. I mean, Fox News is doing segments on it. Like, it's a pretty big deal. And I think, based on everything we've seen, there's a lot of evidence, a lot of clips that do support that he's using shock collars regularly and doing other things that might not be in the best interest of his dog and something a little bit, you know, like one thing here, one thing there, but all of this combined is a lot. It is a lot. And I think this whole thing would have blown over in like 1 or 2 days if he just stopped talking. I mean, it would have blown over instantly if he, as he claims, was using a vibrating collar, if he immediately saw the reaction of his chat when his dog yelped and said, oh, hold on a second. Guys, right here, this is the collar. No funny business. No funny business. There's nothing going on here. But instead, he waits to the next day and presents a collar with electrical tape on it and seemingly some of the prongs missing. So it just gets worse and worse, and now he's dismissing everyone as crazy and stupid. He's got a daily statement about it, and it's keeping this alive. That's kind of a mistake to do. But then again, he's kind of cooked either way, and it's just ironic that of all the things, it's his dog's collar that has started probably the most serious cancel campaign against this guy. And it's also, you know, thinking back to the situation with Pokimane, you know, it's weird that this whole thing is not enough for her, that the situation with his dog was not enough. But then again, you think about it, she's seen everything else he's been in trouble for, all the rhetoric and things he's done over the years. So yeah, I mean, why would she stop now? These people are shameless when it comes to supporting this guy no matter what. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.